Hey everybody, it's Greg again. It's another edition of Unbreakable podcast. It's Saturday, October the 12th. Well, still, the Phillies still linger. They still linger. It just, I just have a few things to say about the Phillies, and that is it. I'm done with them. I'm done. I'm done and done until next spring. So, um, I was listening to Howard Eskin this morning on WIP Sports Radio. And I don't usually agree with a lot that he says, but I had to agree with almost everything he said this morning about the Phillies. He went on this rant to start the show about the team. And I have to say, I agree with almost everything that he said. Uh, wow, he talked about everything. Well, first of all, it looks like the manager is going to be back in case there were any doubts, because the manager and the general manager, Dave Dombrowski, are having a press conference Tuesday. I don't know what time. Knowing the Phillies, it'll probably be around 1 o'clock, but don't believe them. But of course, if the manager wasn't coming back, he wouldn't be having a press conference on Tuesday. So it looks like he's coming. There are a lot of other issues to talk about. And Eskin made a good point about the lineup being flawed. He's absolutely right. I mean, there's no one hitting behind Bryce Harper that you can respect. The teams are pitched around Harper in the playoffs. They don't want Harper to beat them. And, Harper needs to step up too. He didn't have the greatest playoffs either, but there's nobody hitting behind him that other teams respect. Castellanos, JT, Bo. Nobody is stepping up. Nobody has stepped up. So Phillies need another hitter. Now, maybe they move Kyle Schwarber out of the leadoff spot with some speed up near the top of the order. Maybe Bryson Stott needs to lead off and hit Schwarber number 4. And that would give Harper a little protection. Already, we're hearing rumors that the Phillies definitely are going after an outfielder this coming off season, and they need to. Let's face facts. Brandon Marsh is a part-time player. He's a 4th outfielder. He is not a regular. It was a mistake. Dombrowski has made a lot of mistakes over the years. It was a mistake to trade Logan Hobby, our best prospect, a catcher over the last, for this guy. Brandon Marsh is just a part-time player. Logan Hobby may be an all-star. And the fact of the matter is, Eskin brought up the fact that JT Realmuto may be done. He certainly can't catch as many games as he has been. He's getting worn down, and you can see it. You can see that at the plate. Late in the year, another terrible playoff performance. So JT may need to split the catching if he stays with the team. May need to split his time. Now, whether that's Rafael Marchand coming up from the minors, I don't know. But I would be opposed to trading JT either if you have another catcher, because after this coming year, JT is a free agent. Now, if you're not going to resign him, you don't want to let him go for nothing. You may need to trade him and get something back for him, right? Same way with Kyle Schwarber. He's going to be a free agent after this year. As much as he's done for the Phillies, as much as he's a clubhouse presence and he's a nice guy, you may want to think about trading him before he walks away. It keeps coming up about the 2 players in Port Oakland. Brett Rooker, who could play left field or can be a designated hitter, hit 30 home runs this year, and the stud reliever, Mason Miller. There's 104 miles an hour. Young is a closer. And the Phillies need a closer. This bullpen by committee stuff just doesn't work. It doesn't work. They need a legitimate closer at the back of the pen. Some guy you can count on. The starters are going to be great. You're still going to have Wheeler, Nola, Sanchez, maybe Ranger, Andrew Painter next year. Maybe get another guy like Garrett Crochet from the White Sox, who was rumored to come to the Phillies. The starters are going to be great. Starters go 7 innings. You have a setup guy, and then you have your hammer, your closer, and then the inning. Phillies need to get a legitimate closer. And again, for what, the 28th year in a row, they need to rebuild this bullpen. Jeff Hoffman, I don't trust him. Jose Alvarado, I don't trust him. That's job, I don't trust him. Some of these guys are going to bring back. Some of these guys are going to let go and trade. But the bullpen let them down in the playoffs. They've got to find guys who can do the job. You know, the other thing that Eskin mentioned was Alec Bohm. How he just fell apart at the end of the year. And it might be a thing where these guys are playing with him, these analytic guys. Launch at him. We want you to hit for power. No, we want you to hit line drives. No, we want you to take the first pitch. No, we want you to swing at the first pitch. The guy is all mixed up. You could see the Scott Keegan in him. Scott Keegan, they just messed up his head with analytics, and he hasn't been the same since. You could trade Alec Bohm because maybe he needs a fresh start, but who's going to play third base? Do you move Trey Turner over there? Trey Turner is bad. He's a bad shortstop. You got to move him. You got to move him. Whether Turner plays third, second, center field, you got to move that guy. He is a liability at shortstop. The team needs a lot of work, and hopefully Dombrowski is going to acknowledge them on Tuesday. Would be very interesting to see what he has to say Tuesday about this team. But for a team that won 95 games and they won the NL East, they need a win because they showed their true colors in the playoffs. Yes, they came up against a hot team in the Mets. And you know, I've always told you, man, they're a hot team in the playoffs. But Phillies just didn't have enough heart. They melted. The daycare, they all melted. The vets didn't show that point either. And it's just, it's an old team. They have to start turning the page. They have to start blending in some young players like Justin Crawford, center fielder, Adrian Miller, third base shortstop. Gotta blend in those guys. Gotta start phasing out the older guys like JT, like Schwarber. Castellanos, I might keep. The one thing about Castellanos is he plays every day. He played 162 games. You gotta give him credit. He has the streakiness, but he plays every day. So that's my Phillies. So this Phillies thing is not going to end because now you've got the press conference coming up next week. Then you've got the winter meetings after the World Series is over. The general manager meetings begin. And it's a hot stove, right? Hot stove, off season. What are they going to do? So we're going to try to get over this devastating loss. And it's not going to be easy. To make it easier, the Flyers started their season last night and won in a shootout 3-2 over Vancouver. So Flyers are off to a good start. They play against tonight against Calgary. It's not going to be easy playing back-to-back nights. But it's a young team, and let's see what they do. Eagles playing the Browns tomorrow. I'll be there. Eagles should win. They're 9.5-point favorites. Anywhere between 9 and 10. They should win, but Eagles laying points that big. I know it's a home game, but what have the Eagles really crushed anybody? What have they really just beat up on the team like 20, 30 points? It's been a long time. So, God forbid the Browns win tomorrow. The one thing that the Eagles have to do is get off to a better start. Do you know the Eagles are the only team in the NFL that has not scored a point in the first quarter? 0 points. To me, that's an indication of a coach. You script out the first 15 plays. It's not going well. They come out of the out of the dressing room. Are they ready to play? Why haven't they scored one single point in the first quarter? Why? There's got to be an answer to it. Let's hope they rectify that problem. Maybe if the Eagles win the coin toss, maybe they should actually accept the ball and take the ball and drive it down and score first. Maybe that's just the thought. I gotta stop talking with my hands because they freeze the one like thing to put your picture up with every episode, and lately I've been like this. So guess what? Ricky, I have a TV classic in a week for you. I'm going to sign off here, and I'm going to do the TV classic in a week. And thank you for all the response I got from last week's show. Leave It to Beaver. It's the best response I've ever gotten to any TV classic in a week. It even beat the Beverly Hillbillies. So Leave It to Beaver. There must be a lot of Leave It to Beaver fans out there. And it was a good episode. We really dug deep into the beaver, so to speak. But it was a fun show. And I have another one coming for you now. So get ready to enjoy TV classic of the week. Meanwhile, my 2 picks for the weekend for the NFL. Lions to beat the Cowboys tomorrow. Lions have revenge. Lions will kick their butt. And Monday though, Jets +2.5. Jets to beat the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills are playing their 3rd road game in a row. For whatever reason. The Buffalo isn't playing that well anyway. Jets come back from London, Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers versus Josh Allen. Jets are going to or at least cover them. Those are my 2 plays. Lions, Jets. This weekend. Everybody have a good weekend. Enjoy the Eagles tomorrow. And peace and love. Go Birds. And I hope to see you at the game. Take care. Bye.